Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Talk Flow Podcast. I'm your main host, Uru Tupeng, and today we are joined by our incredible guest, a familiar face if you have been watching our episodes.
Yes, my name is Awet Santino. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Santino. Today, our main podcast topic will be unemployment in South Sudan. We'll dive into the challenges, the causes, and the potential solutions of unemployment. So, Awed, can you actually explain to us and introduce us what's unemployment?
Yeah, so I would like to give a brief definition of what unemployment is. So basically, unemployment is a situation whereby people don't have jobs. Okay, it's whereby people don't have a way to exhibit the skills that they have. All right, they basically have no way to earn money. So that is a simple definition of unemployment.
Thank you so much for that. And we'll dive into the causes of unemployment in South Sudan. I think majority of youth or majority of the population, big number of population is unemployed in South Sudan. We want to look into it. What are the causes of such? And one thing we have to consider is the economic situation of South Sudan. And that is to say our economy is down. And I think the main causes of unemployment are the conflicts. Seeing there has been ongoing unsettlement in South Sudan. People have been into conflicts. There have been wars. So I think it actually causes a lot of problems.
No, actually, when you look at it, it is hard for people to work in a specific area whereby there are conflicts.
Yes.
Like you could see recently, we have been having a lot of news about the conflicts in is it between the Nuer
I think it was between the Nuer
yeah
militia tribes and the government forces.
exactly. So it will be really so hard for people to sit down and do their work when there are conflicts in the area because there are a lot of crossfires and there's a lot of a lot of things going on. So people cannot feel safe to work. That could be a cause of unemployment.
Yeah, yeah. I think the second thing is heavy reliance on oil production because South Sudan is only the heavy reliance, 90% of our
Economy overlapped by the oil.
GDP. It's dependent on the oil. So, and there has been a lot of problems with the production of oil. There was war in Sudan and it has caused a lot of problems in the oil fields. Yeah. And the fluctuations of oil prices in the market, they go up and down. So since it's the only source of revenue, it has caused a lot of problems.
And I feel like that is the major factor affecting our currency rate because the price of oil is always up and down. So our currency actually has no real value.
Yes.
Like right now, the currency value, $100 is equivalent to 600,000.
600,000.
And if you look at it, 3 years ago, it was around 60,000 for $100.
Yes.
So that is like 100x. Is it 100x or 10x?
10, 10x.
It's 10x.
10x.
So where does that happen?
Yeah.
Uh, it's been less than 4 years and the currency has already.
Gone 10 pounds and then reduce.
So it's really hard. It's hard.
Another problem we could look at are the lack of infrastructure, good education system, and good job training programs.
Yes.
Because actually, for someone to be hired or to be employed, it would need you to be like have a good educational background, right? Or you're trained in a specific job or a specific field, and you become good at it. You earn skills for that. And I think we are lacking such vocational centers, vocational skill centers that can actually train people. If you look at it, there could be, you know, if somebody wants to work in a let me just say like that, in a company, you need skills. You don't just
There is always a particular skill set that they require.
yes, you don't just wake up from home and then you expect to be. You need some skills, and I
Well, I won't deny that it's happening. People wake up and are given jobs. Okay? They have no skill. So long as you're known, so-called connections, taken to office and there is nothing you do at the end of the day.
Yes.
But the right thing that should be done is training centers should be opened up so that people can actually acquire the required skills. You should get qualified for the job. You cannot employ someone because he's your brother.
Okay. This is also that for you. Valid. Another thing is like lack of foreign investors. I think there is no foreign investors invited to the country
At the moment.
at the moment,
Yes.
right? And such foreign investors, when they invest in agriculture or industries, it's it creates job opportunity for
Yes.
the citizens.
Yeah.
It creates job opportunity for the citizen, and they start to work and earn a living. Yeah. And I talk of oil being the only source of revenue. That that would be a source of revenue because there will be tax.
Yeah.
It will increase the economy.
If you had to look at it, right, if you see countries like Uganda, Kenya, they have a lot of foreigners that are running very big companies, right? They have enterprises all over the place, and you would find out that these people are actually the richest people in that country.
I'm telling you.
And there is a way that it backs up the economy because all of that money that they actually own is running in the country, meaning it backs up the strength of the currency. But it's not in South Sudan. We don't have these foreign investors that come to open up businesses and, like they keep the businesses flourishing.
Right.
It is so hard. And of recently, people have been fleeing the country because of the instability that is there, political instability. Everything in the country is a mess, so they feel like that and safe.
And I think another thing is like the amount of money that comes in is less than that goes outside. Because I think when you look at it, the amount of money that is sent in South Sudan a day compared to the one that is sent outside. Families are living in Kenya, Uganda, and other foreign countries. So the money that is supposed to be circulating within the economy of
It's always taken out.
always taken out. It's a big struggle to actually maintain the economy.
No, the fact that they are prioritized the US dollar has weakened our economy. So our currency has no value.
No.
It's not even seen anywhere. Like when you talk of the South Sudanese pound, they'd be like, what is that? Everyone knows the dollar. Why?
And the thing is, when you meet other foreigners, they ask you about your currency, you tell them I'm using pound. They expect our currency to be that strong because pound is very strong. But in reality,
Yeah, true. It's nothing.
it's hard actually. Hard, but there's nothing we can do. Yeah. And that brings us to our second segment, which are the consequences of unemployment. And when you look at it, the social and economic impact of unemployment, including poverty, hunger, and displacement.
Well, you know what? The rate of poverty in South Sudan is alarming.
I'm telling you.
Poverty is real. People are poor. To eat it's a hustle because there is nothing to do.
There's no job.
There is no job.
And for you to earn a living, you need to do something. You need to be a worker. And I think it has also caused a mental issue, like emotional distress. Because when you look at it, someone is not working, it makes them uncomfortable mentally. It can give stress, depression. I'm telling you. That's why depression is real.
It's real.
Yeah. Because you're not making money and your family is depending on you as a man. Let me just ask you. As a man, your family depends on you, but you're not working anywhere. You don't have a business. So it creates that emotions in your head where you're always not in a good state. And I think this is actually the main cause of wars in South Sudan. Because everyone is annoyed. I'm telling you, everyone is annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are annoyed actually.
So when there is a small, conflict, they do it all heart.
Yeah, they decide to take out their anger on it.
It's in the handout,
Yeah.
which is actually the big problem.
Like the communities whereby when they get a small dispute in the family, it reaches the community level. Yet it is just a family that was having a small dispute. Oh, so like how does this actually happen? It's because people are idle, they don't know what to do. So something small, is fed till it becomes a community thing. From the community to move to the state. Yet it was two families that were hungry.
From state it goes to the region and then the whole country. And I also think due to unemployment, there's a lot of youth are unmarried. Yes. Yeah. And as South Sudanese, we prioritize marriage
More than anything.
more than anything. Because the most important thing to a South Sudanese man or a woman
It's family.
is family.
Exactly.
The most important thing to a lady is to get married. The most important thing for a man is to have a wife and a family. So if you don't earn anything, you don't have, and you know how dowry has gone up lately. So it's
crazy.
hard to marry.
Yeah.
It's like barren situation.
They always say that marriage is expensive, and that isn't a lie.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Responsibility is costly.
It's cost very low.
So if you have nothing that you're doing, so your chances of getting married are very low.
Very less. Very less. That brings us to our third segment, the potential solutions.
Okay.
What should be the solution to that?
So earlier you talked about the training centers, right? South Sudan has a fast growing economy, and I feel like we really need to build very many centers to educate the youth, right? To teach them specific skill sets,
Yeah.
whereby they can actually help the economy. Computer has been there for many years, but I feel like they should work on it because the years to come, computer will be like an everyday thing. And right now, if you look at it, majority of the people can't operate computers, which is so sad. Okay, so I feel like if they had opened up more centers to educate these people, it will really help out. Everyone would at least have a chance to intern and to do something with their lives.
Well, that's actually very true. Because when you look at it, the world is going forward. People are digitalizing
Everything.
and then we're still backward. You don't know how to operate a computer. In 5 years to come, it will be a big problem.
Yeah.
And I think creating such vocational
Training centers.
training centers be actually very good. And it will actually lose the skills of youth or citizens. Yeah. And in most cases, it's not only getting an office work. Such training centers can actually create good skill workers. Like, for example, you can be a good tailor.
Yes.
Yes. You make good clothes and all this. You wear traditional clothes mostly.
Yes.
Oh, that's a very good business. You could be a barber. You could be a mansion. Not
Exactly.
and all this. And actually, that is actually very good. Another thing was inviting foreign investors in the country. And that is through the only way that it's going to happen is to avoid violence.
Exactly.
When there is peace in the country.
When there is peace in the country, it will attract a variety of investors to come.
Yes, so because we're only using one economical domain, which is the oil. We have a lot of resources in the country.
A lot of it.
That was very good land, virgin land, the whole of South Sudan. People should invest on agriculture. The government should invest on agriculture. We have gold. We have uranium in Western Barigazal.
All of it are available.
We have wild animals. It could be tourist attraction. But all these things actually are they're encapsulated by one factor, and that is social unrest, or should I say political instability. And I think as youth, we should actually distance ourselves from politics, because the politics in South Sudan is not actually, it's not a good politics. It's
a wild game.
This is a game where citizens are being used by whoever calls himself a politician in South Sudan. These people are not doing anything. They're just there for their own good, not for that of the citizens. And actually, I think a lot of unemployed youth have involved themselves into politicians, into psychopaths. They are following politicians and all these things, which actually it's alarming. Nobody will want to do something for their own. You want to be a beggar. You want to follow this specific politician,
which is not the way.
not for their vision, but for the sake of you getting something.
Which isn't the way to go.
Isn't the way to go, right? Another thing is government should invest on a lot of things. Sports.
Yes.
South Sudan is athletics by nature.
We're athletes by nature, yeah.
Yeah. By nature, we are good sportsmen. All right. When you look at it, if the government was to invest on
let's talk about basketball,
football, net. Have you seen South Sudanese playing volleyball?
I've seen it.
Very talented, I'm telling you.
Especially the women.
Yeah, women. Our women are very good in volleyball. And when you look at it, we are giants in basketball, the giants of Africa. We do not even have our own stage yet.
We don't have
our own stage.
Giants of Africa.
Can you imagine if South Sudan
was to host the game?
For example, South Sudan playing against Morocco or Nigeria or one of these strong countries. Do you know how much revenue the federation will generate? A lot.
It's crazy. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. In one match, I'm just assuming in one match.
Everybody will be there to see.
Yes, everybody will be there to watch.
But the funny thing is, where are they going to watch it from?
That's the thing. We don't have a good stadium. If we had one, it will generate revenue.
Yes.
If government would invest on competitions like leagues.
Let's say football now.
Yeah, it's football leagues, even basketball as well. Football leagues. I see now there is a league that's going on in Juba. It's actually a very good league. Football, right? Yeah, it's a football league. It's actually very good. And you'd love football.
Yes.
Yeah. And if there is investment on it, foreigners would come, foreign businessmen would come and invest on it. On teams, they would buy teams.
They would buy teams and invest their money.
And put their money there. Those who will be playing there are citizens, of course. They'll be getting money.
At least they have something they're doing and they're earning a living.
And another factor is that we have considered education as the only success. Of course, education is very important. Yes, education is. It's not everyone that's going to excel in education, or it's not everyone that's going to get employment.
No, actually, our fathers have a mindset whereby when a child refuses to go to school, they automatically crown that child as a failure.
Salute.
You're a failure. You're failed in life because you have refused school. But that's not the case. There are people who have succeeded not because they went to school, right? But they have a gift. They have a talent. They have something they're good at. And if you make use of it, you're destined to succeed in it.
Exactly. That's true.
Exactly.
We're not saying that
we leave education
is bad. You can be following education, right? And on the other hand, you have a talent you're pursuing. Could be anything. You are good. Such a model and all this.
Let's talk about models. So which country owns the biggest models right now?
It's South Sudan.
Definitely.
By nature, we are attractive. Our skin
are very, very attractive.
I'm telling you, if whatever South Sudan has, if it was another country, let me say in Europe or in Asia or in both continents of North and South America, South Sudan would be one of the richest.
I'm telling you.
Because the people of South Sudan are wealth itself. By default,
the assets.
That's it by default. Yes. Because if you find someone doesn't play basketball, they play football. If they don't play any of those, they play.
Is that attractive?
They play volleyball. If they don't play any sport, they're attractive. If they're not attractive, they're genius in class.
We're good at everything.
We're good at everything. There is something we're always good at. And no one is investing on youth. And I think that's the reason our country is in such a mess.
So let me just clarify something. We do know that education is good, but it isn't the only key to success.
Yes, it's not the only one.
So education should be seen as a way to, someone who's educated is basically someone that has a way to achieve anything that he or she wants in life, the easy way possible. That is someone who's educated.
Education is actually good because it creates exposure. You get exposed, right? And when you get exposed to explore opportunities.
You get to try out new
You get to
things.
try new things. Like a lot of people, until like let me just say our professional basketballers, most of them went to school, but in school that's where they explore different sports.
And this is why they got basketball.
This is where they got basket.
It's not like they were already good in basketball.
Yes, they were not.
Everyone tries out as a rookie in a sport, but through your consistency and practice, you get good at it.
A lot of people actually don't know their talent right now. That's those that they don't have.
They haven't got a place where they can actually try out that, am I actually good in this?
They have not got such opportunity. And that's why a lot of people think that they don't have any talent, but it's not true. They have not tried out different. For example, let me talk of cricket. Traditionally, we play cricket, but we don't call it cricket.
The village, eh?
We don't call it cricket. Yeah, in the villages. I don't know how to call it in English, but
No, you can call it.
in Tongwanjang, we call it diling. Yeah.
So dealing is like, two of you players basically hold the stick.
You hold the stick.
Then you get like a slipper or a sandal or a tire.
Something elastic.
Something just round there. You cut it round and then, so you have to roll it. You roll it to the other person with speed and somebody else to
hit it. Whoever hits it till it goes arrest. Till it's arrest. Then it's a point.
So you would see that the Indians are playing it here and they have visualized it.
Money. Getting money.
They're generating revenue.
Yeah. Second thing is wrestling. So I'm telling you, if you go to maybe Gwalior or this
New site.
Tarakeka,
Talk of new site.
new side Tarakeka, all these people, there are giants there, they know how to wrestle.
They wrestle for peace.
Yes. No, he was it's wrestling for peace. But if you look at the pictures,
No, it can't be peace actually.
yeah. If you see like the broadcast such, a lot of billionaires would come and invest and such.
It would create like, an opportunity for people to make money. It's a sport, people love it, but you can actually make money out of it.
Yes.
Right? It would encourage other people to, give it a try. You never know, you might be good at wrestling.
Be good at it, yeah. Another thing, if you look at other talents like musicians or actors, the reason they are not actually good is because the situation. We don't have good access to internet. And all the blame goes to the government, of course. Basically, look at the, I'm not cutting what you're saying. If you look at the ISPS companies in South Sudan, they're just there. They sign a contract with the government to be operating in the country, but they're not providing good service.
And their tariffs are so high. They charge a lot.
Charges are so hard. They are so high.
Basically, they're cutting us away from the what? From the internet.
From the internet, yes.
How would you make the connection so hard to get?
Yes.
You increase the price almost every day.
What is that? If you look at it, 2 days ago, Trump tried it messing with China, trying to charge China with a lot of tax, a lot of tariffs. You know what China did? Or I don't know, was it yesterday?
It increased the
tariff 127
from 89% to 127%.
That shows if you mess around,
yeah, you get a taste of your medicine.
Taste of your own medicine. And I think this is the thing. Right now we are like kids. So our country is like just a liability to the world. And that's why viewers are messing with us. You can't force us to accept a foreign national that's not a South Sudanese. And then when we
reject the person, you threaten us by revoking all the visas.
That simply means it's because you don't see us as anything. We are just liability. We are not beneficial in any way. And I think the only way we can fight back is of course they have taken back their aid. We are not gaining anything from them.
We have never given
them go.
Of course.
Yeah. Because
it was actually so wrong. If the US had discovered that there was a person who was staying in USA and is not actually a South Sudanese citizen, he was supposed to be deported, right? And that is the only thing you can do. But the fact that you're trying to force him, right, onto us and he's not a national, that's the wrong thing. There is no way that we can accept him because we want you to keep the South Sudanese that side. So he threatened us by saying, if you don't accept him as your national, we're going to revoke all the visas.
And they did. Would they do that to any other strong country? Let me say.
That is so wrong.
They won't. They wouldn't do that. And
unfortunately, we don't have a way of fighting back.
we don't have Malaysia. We could meet on the street, and then you know how Genevieve handle their things. Another thing we're gonna talk on is like, that these business forums that businessmen create and people attend
Seminars.
Yeah, the seminars to actually have the intellectual part of the business.
To teach the youth on how they can acquire wealth, to maintain wealth, how to utilize skills to earn something.
I've not seen our so-called businessmen doing
Tycoons, that's so-called these tycoons.
Yeah, we don't even know what they do. They need to tell us how we can run businesses.
People are rich, but you don't know how they gain their wealth.
Yes, you need to it's none of our business to know
how you acquired wealth.
Yeah, that's for you and the government.
But the least I can do,
you give us the knowledge. Give people the knowledge. Inspire the youth. Like I'm telling you, there's no any businessman that actually inspires people right now. If you look at countries like US, businessmen have forums.
They have forums. They have
social seminars.
They have all these kind of things, and they travel from countries to countries just to teach others how they can make something out of their life.
Yeah, simple as that. And they're changing lives. They're changing lives. Okay. And our youth, that's why most of our youth are only focused on one domain, that is employment. I'd call it jobs. Everyone wants to be in the office. Nobody wants to be a business person. Even if you graduate as a business expert,
you go looking for a job.
You want to be this. You want to be this.
I know that a job is like a starting point, right?
Yeah.
If you totally have nothing to do, you have no capital to start up, the job is the least you can do.
Yeah, it's the least you can do.
So, but your target should be a business.
A business.
So the business would last you ages. It could create you a fortune.
Yeah. Like most of us that are in school, like you are a pharmacist. Maybe your main aim is to like get unemployment for a startup. The moment that has happened, your business tawali.
You move to business.
It's
the way to go.
Yeah, it's the way to go. Because there's not any job that is actually going to pay you highly the way your business would. Any job that risk can be fired tomorrow.
Any day, anytime. You're out of office.
But your business goes smoothly. Those are your ups and downs. But the downs are not that down like the way the jobs, right? The jobs are, yeah. So they should create such forum to actually,
So if only these guys could reach out and, they try to connect themselves with the people to really benefit the youth.
And actually that, I think we have come to an end of our podcast. And the key points or the recaps, our viewers should take away is if you are a business person, please try to inspire the people around you. Try to go on social media, telling people how to manage their businesses, how to create a business, how to start up a business. That might not have a lot of impact, but it will change someone's life. Yeah. And as youth, we are not supposed to only focus on employment only.
Especially white collar jobs.
Yeah, especially white collar jobs. We have a lot of things to explore. Our talent, our business ideas. A talent could be anything. It's not only sports. It could be anything. Maybe you're a fashion designer.
Let's say you have a good voice.
You have a good voice.
You can make something out of it.
You know how to edit very well, edit videos. Yes, social media. You can get a lot of
content
creation. Yeah. So that, I think we have come today in our podcast. Thank you so much. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on any social media platform, search for Talk to the Podcast. Follow us for any episodes that you might so that you might not miss any episode. So thank you so much. Peace.
Peace.